Hello guys and welcome to the next prediction. This time I will take a look at the possible box office performance of Assassin's Creed. If not done yet, please take a few seconds to vote for your favorite 100 subscriber special that you want to see the most. Just type in the link you see now or copy paste the link in the description box below. Now let's talk about the positive and negative factors that we have to consider before making predictions on the movie. As always, let's begin with the positive factors, which work in favor for the movie. First of all, we have to name the great cast. This year is quite the crucial year for video game adaptations. Right now Warcraft is being released in a lot of countries all over the world, and on the 10th of June it will also be released in the domestic market. Assassin's Creed and Warcraft both carry the future of video game adaptations on their shoulders, and they have to perform great, so the genre has a future. One of the big differences between Warcraft and Assassin's Creed is the cast. The cast of Warcraft is pretty much unknown, besides some faces and Travis Fimmel, who became very known in the last few years because of his portrayal of Ragnar Lothbrok in the TV series Vikings, that I absolutely love, by the way. Assassin's Creed comes the way with Michael Fassbender, Marion Cotillard, Jeremy Irons and Brendan Gleeson. This cast has the potential to actually bring some audiences more to the cinema and is with that a big pro point for Assassin's Creed. The next thing who works in favor for the movie is the first trailer, which was released a few weeks ago. While everybody was pretty fucked up about the music choice of fucking Kanye West, the trailer is putting in great numbers when it comes to the view count, and the like to dislike ratio is also quite acceptable. All in all, most persons, fans or not yet fans, are looking forward to the movie after the trailer, and that is a first good sign. For comparison, the like to dislike ratio of Assassin's Creed as well as the view count is way better after just a few weeks in comparison to the statistics that Warcraft pulled off with their last trailer over a month ago. And you need to know that I'm a huge Warcraft nerd and I'm still playing the game for hours and hours every day, so this is not just talking Warcraft down. Statistically, Assassin's Creed is just on the way better side. The last pro point that we have to consider is the budget. While the budget is just an estimate yet, Assassin's Creed sits on a 125 million production budget. Warcraft, to make the comparison again, sits on a 160 million production budget, and while it's not safe to say yet, I think that Assassin's Creed will also spend not that high amount of money on marketing, so all in all, the movie will need to gross less money to break even with its overall costs, so that a sequel or even two are greenlighted. Now we are coming to the end of the pro point list, and we will continue with the negative aspects. The first huge negative aspect is the release timing of Assassin's Creed. While the release spot right at the end of December, close to Christmas, is quite great for the movie because the numbers in the first 2 weeks will probably not dropping at all, it faces brutal competition with Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The next chapter out of the Star Wars saga is built on the huge hype of Star Wars The Force Awakens, which shattered record after record 1 year ago, and there couldn't be a harder competitor to face off against. Assassin's Creed has to be at least 82% or more on Rotten Tomatoes and other comparable sites to stand a chance and perform without being influenced negatively by Rogue One. When Assassin's Creed is just good or even mediocre, the movie's performance will be pushed down by Rogue One. The next negative factor is the director and the writers. Justin Kurzel, as well as Bill College, Adam Cooper and Michael Leslie are responsible for the directing and the writing of the movie. Justin Kurzel, to this date, had no experience in directing a high budget film, and his only two movies yet, Macbeth and Snowtown, were both not met with critical acclaim in any way. So he's a real wildcard. The main writer, Michael Leslie, is pretty unexperienced too. His only work until today is Macbeth, and the other writers, Bill College and Adam Cooper, both worked on Exodus, Gods and Kings and Transporter Refueled. Both movies are in my opinion pretty bad, and the writing was in both projects definitely not the greatest part. Of course, all of them can step up and destroy expectations, and Assassin's Creed will be extremely well directed and written, but right now, in this moment, the signs for that are not that good. The last but maybe most important factor to consider is how much the success of Assassin's Creed relies on the success of Warcraft. One movie can perform well without the other performing at least alright. They are no competitors. That's the mistake that almost everybody is making. When Warcraft underperforms and will cast a huge shadow over the video game adaptation genre, it will affect Assassin's Creed and it will affect it heavily. Maybe Assassin's Creed will be successful even with Warcraft underperforming, but it would be way more successful with Warcraft pulling in great numbers. The video game genre is totally dead right now, but those two movies actually could bring this genre to life. The more both movies gross, the more trust will big production studios bring into the video game adaptation genre, and the more movies will we see realized in the near future. It's the same with Marvel and DC in the comic book movie genre. All the time people are just fighting about which production studio will be more successful at the box office, and they battle it out, but Marvel also needs DC to be successful, so the superhero fatigue is not settling in anytime soon. Civil War will probably finish with around $1.2 billion, a historically high number, but you know what? When Batman vs Superman would have performed better, Civil War could have grossed closer to $1.4 billion worldwide. The bad performance of Batman vs Superman actually pulled the performance of Civil War down. Please keep that in mind when you want to battle out between Assassin's Creed and Warcraft. To all Assassin's Creed fans, be happy when Warcraft grosses a lot of money. To all Warcraft fans, be happy when Assassin's Creed performs great. This genre needs every little win it can get, and while Warcraft can still rely on probably huge numbers from the Asian market, Assassin's Creed cannot, at least not in that amount of money. Alright guys, I will fade in all positive and all negative aspects for Assassin's Creed, and now we will start with the pessimistic prediction. When Rogue One meets the quality of The Force Awakens and Assassin's Creed's quality is no better than mediocre, and when on top of that Warcraft underperforms heavily at the box office in a few days, the fate for the Assassin's Creed franchise is doomed. The movie will open with $30 million in that situation and will be crushed insanely fast because of the bad quality and the box office power of Rogue One. The movie will reach a 3.0 multiplier. Please keep in mind that this is really low for such a low opening in the Christmas weeks, and will finish with below 100 million domestic total, with 90 million in the USA and Canada. In addition to that, the movie will earn $160 million in overseas markets for a combined worldwide total of $250 million. While this is not a total financial disaster, this amount of money is by far not enough for Assassin's Creed to break even when you give the movie a marketing budget of maybe $40 million. The plans for a trilogy would be gone and the future of the video game adaptation genre would look very dark. What happens in the realistic prediction? Let's think about Rogue One being more on the level of Revenge of the Sith and Warcraft actually making a profit after great performances in the Asian market and the normal performance in the domestic market. In this scenario, Assassin's Creed would open bigger than in a pessimistic prediction, and while it would still be affected by Rogue One, it will be not so crushed like it was in the pessimistic prediction. In this scenario, we see an opening weekend of about $40 million, which will conclude with a 3.75 multiplier to a 150 million domestic total. In addition to that, Assassin's Creed will earn around 210 million in overseas markets for a combined worldwide total of $360 million. This will be enough for the movie to break even with its costs and earn a little amount of profit with solid Blu-ray and DVD sales. While this situation will not lead 100% to a sequel or maybe even a trilogy, the hopes would be there and the studio would maybe take it into consideration for the future. Now let's move on to the optimistic prediction. Let's think for a moment about what will happen when Rogue One actually fails to achieve a good quality. What is near to impossible given the fact that Disney is winning and winning and winning and winning and winning at the moment with every release that they have. In this situation, when Assassin's Creed really comes in with a great quality, the movie can really shine at the box office. Because of Rogue One, every other big movie that wants to earn a good amount of money took another more safe release date, away from the box office might of Star Wars. When Star Wars now fails, Assassin's Creed can take the place and can gross high amounts of money without any competitor for a long time. when then Warcraft also performs great and Legendary as well as Blizzard announce a sequel until then, Assassin's Creed could become a hit. In this scenario we see an opening weekend of $55 million, which will lead to a $220 million total in the domestic market after a 4.0 multiplier. In addition to that, Assassin's Creed will earn a huge $480 million overseas for a combined worldwide total of $700 million. This final worldwide total would be a huge profit for Fox, and they would announce a sequel and probably a trilogy very soon after the first few weeks. The movie would gross its budget back over 4 times, and the future of the video game genre would be safe and ready for new great releases in 2017, 18, 19 and counting. The next video will be an analysis on Thor or a prediction about Jason Bourne or Thor Ragnarok. I really hope you enjoyed this prediction, guys. If you want to, let me know in the comments what you think is the most fitting prediction for Assassin's Creed in your opinion, and also don't forget to subscribe or leave a like when you want to support me. I'm looking forward to deliver new videos to you soon. Bye bye.